Greetings to all of you from Ashtanga Yoga Mandir, and thank you for joining the corporate team of the yoga session, which we started yesterday. And in the yesterday's session, we gave you the basic practices, how to strengthen the eyes and how to strengthen the most important joints, which can become stiff due to the continuation of the same position of your work. All of you who are here may have some good knowledge on yoga. But basically, what is yoga? Yoga is an ancient codified methodology for betterment of a human being. Yoga is a methodology which gives you the different techniques to strengthen the different parts of your energy layers. As you know, we have different external energy source. For example, you take your family is an energy source. You take your wealth, it is an energy source. You take the nature is an energy source. For example, we'll say those who are living in Sri Lanka, India, these Asian countries, you will see all 365 days are nice days. Not much problem because of weather, Sometimes you will see in certain countries early in the morning, you need to clean the snow. Your car will be beautifully filled with snow. So you need to start cleaning those things. But I don't think people of here, you will have so much of challenges and problems. So nature is an energy. Same way, you will see in your human body also that there are wonderful energy planes. You will see, for example, an actor uses one aspect of energy, of his body, the beauty of that person. There'll be a singer who uses the voice as their energy. You will see a narrator or a spokesperson or a lecturer who uses the knowledge and the voice together to ensure that their life goes on. And then you will see, we take into artists. It can be of anything. It can be into beauty, it can be into crafting. So they take that fine energies of theirs and brings it and beautifully brings it together. You will see some people are very good in their fingers. Those who do the cooking, mothers at home. Their fingers are so great that you will see that when they cook, there is so much of love and beauty and care. That is the reason why you will see, until now, mostly you will see that from your home food, you have never ever got food poisoning. Understand? Unless you bring a shop food and you bring your home food and you mix it, and then that would have come. That possibility is there. But as when you only cook, why? Is because of the refinement of the fingers. Like that, each of us use some aspects of our energy. In yoga, basically what happens is yoga teaches the methodology to tap all these energies in you so that your life becomes flourishing and exciting. You will not have something which is called as lack of energy. See, sometimes in families, we plan our life such a way. In the people who are in finance, they divide their wealth, they divide their income in such a beautiful way. Same way, here what happens when one energy gets exhausted. For example, we'll say your physical energy gets exhausted, then your mind energy will start supplying some energy to the physical body. Sometimes you will see when the mind energy gets drained out, your intellect energy starts supplying some energy to it. When the intellect energy gets dried out, you will see your emotional energy supplies with you with surplus of energy. And when the emotional energy drains up, you will see that the intuitional energy supplies with that. That is the beauty of your body. And that is what yoga teaches you. How to save energy in different forms in your body. We are experts in saving the energies externally, in a home, in shares, in gold, in books, antiques, in plants. We know how to save externally, but yoga teaches you the methodology how to save these energies, multiple potential energies within yourself, and whenever you come across a challenge in your life, how it can start supplying. So what is most important? We have the surplus of energy, but the process of automatic supply, that is where the yoga helps you. Sometimes what happens, we need an external person to tap that energy and get that energy. For example, that is what medication does. Whenever you are taken an allopathy medicine or a Eastern medicine, whatever the medicine, what happens, there is some source of energy stagnated somewhere or overloaded somewhere, and you give an external application of an external medication. That medication, what it happens, it triggers it, and then it starts supplying the needed requirement. So here what happens, in yoga what happens, you know where and where the energy source is. And that is what you learn in the meditation. In the meditation, what happens when you sit. So basically you will see people who are in the corporate life, you need to know that your energies get drained very fast. Why does it get drained very fast? Because when you start moving with people, your energy gets drained out. For example, you go for a wedding, you dress well, the venue is air conditioned, the food is so delicious, 20 to 25 dishes are there. But have you ever come home and said, okay, I will be with this dress? No. The first thing, you will want to take off your dress. Yes or no? Why? Body gets tired. How does the body get tired? Is because when you start mingling with people, your energies gets drawn out. Your energy gets drained out. Your energy gets attracted. So in the field of corporate, when you work with different people and personalities with different expectations in their life, because you need to know, whenever we all come together with some expectation. We have to take care of my family. So when you come into that, there is an automatic competitional nature within us to survive and progress. When you have to survive and progress, sometimes we may have to walk above someone. Sometimes people have to push someone. Sometimes people have to pull their others' legs down. These are all common factors. When they go into doing such things, energy gets drained out. Here what happens, yoga teaches all these process of how to save. Number one. Number two is how automatically when one energy drops, lags, how the other system can supply the energy to the required area and maintain the equilibrium of yourself into a balanced level. Or else what happened, economically, you will come up a lot. You will become a very successful career person, but as an individual, what happens, you would have done all these things sacrificing your health. Understand? That is what you will see if you go into the history of the world's leading millionaires. They had all the wealth. There has been circumstances where they have suicided. Number one, where they have taken medicines to sleep. Just imagine, you have so much of wealth, you have the best of the bed, you have the best of the room, and you are not able to sleep, and you are on medication. So that means it is an indication that you have neglected your life. So here what happens, yoga gives you the various process, various options, how to take care of yourself. So that is what basically one of the ancient codified science, which is called as the Ashtanga Yoga, which was codified and given to this universe by great two personalities. One was Patanjali, the other one was Tirumoolar, who gave all these things and the various techniques to say how to manage and how to glorify your life and how to become a successful person in the career. So basically, at this point of time, when we have so much of challenges, as we don't have much influence to change the environment much, but we have the ability to make ourselves stronger and stronger. When the mind becomes sharp, there is always avenues. You will see that. At one point of side, you will see the economy is dropping down for certain companies. At the same time, you will see their economy is also growing, isn't it? It's not that the whole economy has come down, no. You will take in certain fields, productions increasing like that. On one side, you will see that the purchase of lands and sales of properties are increasing. At one point, the shares coming down. At one point of the shares have been selling out like nothing. For example, you take in Australia. In Australia, what happens? Lots of Chinese, they started to buy the lots of shares. There is so many things are going. So for that, if you are confused, you will not know the opportunities of what is available. For that is what? To see the opportunity and for the opportunity to be visible to your eyes. It's just like a photographer. We also have an eye, a photographer also has an eye. We also have an eye, an architect also have an eye. But when a photographer sees a certain thing, they see it in a different way. When we see a building, we see it in a different way. But when an architect sees a building, he sees or she sees in a different way. We also see plants, but the people who love the gardening, who love the nature, when they see the gardens, when they see the trees, they know whether the tree is growing, whether the tree is affected, whether the tree has coming some problems to it. How is that same eyes? It all depends. So that process of sharpness is required in our life so that we become very sustainable. And especially when we manage, when we lead corporates, when there are people dependent on you as families, it is important that we need to have a very sharp mind. And how do you get that sharp mind? Yoga is one of the best and the ancient tool. So as I told you before, yesterday we have discussed so many things about your joints and everything. So today we are going to focus on the neck region. This is the region. Generally, what happens is we are going to focus because what happened is that we have an ability to always be like this, do the work, do the texting. So what happens, you will just, if you even just see any normal people, sometimes you will see the shoulder frozen down. The shoulder goes with it. If you check the biceps, you will see a difference in the biceps measurement. If you're very accurate, you can see the bicep measurements. When you do it, sometime 2 years back or 3 years back, you take a nice well-stitched dress. When you try to put, one hand goes easily, the other hand tries in subtle difficulties. Then you know, yes, there's a change. Armpit, you will know. I'm not going to teach you tailoring or designing, but basically these are the ways for you to know that there is an imbalance which has created in your system. So here, and as this is the most important place where the end of the brain and starting of the spine is there and strengthening of the spine, because you need to know we are not doing hatha yoga. We are doing a corporate yoga for very simplified, practices. Keep that mind very clearly, because we have very active yoga practitioners, and you cannot expect that you're going to get new dynamic yoga practices. No, you're only going to be given from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What you're going to do is, as a beginner or something, whenever you are active with machines, that there are certain parts which gets abused, overused, misused, and some important parts we don't use. Take your fingers. When you WhatsApp, when you type, are you using all your 5 fingers? No. You will be only using 3 fingers. Then balance 2 fingers will say, oh my God, these 3 are very active. The other 2 is not active. Then that whatever the other 2 things there, that will have an impact in the neck region. Are you clear? And that leads in the process of neck dropping. Number 1, neck drops. Generally, if you take your neck has to be strong enough, because you have a very powerful bones in that region. But sometimes what happens, continuous flow of lifestyle creates a way of how to make this weaker. And for us, the only entertainment we have now is the mobile phone, chatting, WhatsApp, Facebook, everything is there, from photo, everything is there in the device, banking to everything is there. That's what they say. Human being has 72 organs, and the 73rd organ is your mobile phone. And if your mobile phone is lost, or if it doesn't work, you can see how you behave. You feel that the whole life is gone. You feel that you're disconnected, that you are in a world of jungle. And sometimes if your data is finished, and if you're not updated the data, then you will see how your mind changes. At the same time, if someone takes your mobile phone also, that time also you feel so restless. It's just like you have given your organ. That important these devices have become, and it is having so much of effect in your system. And now you will just observe me doing the practices for you, and then after that you can follow it up. So those who have some knee concerns, you please have a cushion so that it's easier for you. And the first practice, I will show you 3 sets of practices so that it becomes easier for you to follow it up. The first practice is you keep your hands like this, and then you try to see whether you can keep the top of the head on the floor. Understand? So you will know that when you take your thumb, when you keep it like this and place it at the top of the head. Understand? Now, for example, if you take your hands like this, keep it on the nostril region and place it up so that is the top of the head. So number 1, you need to ensure that you see that whether you are comfortable. So first, we be there for a minute. Once you have come into the position, you will hold it. And the second, you hold it this way, and then take it, relax. Then what happens is, from here, you will take your hands and then slowly up. And then slowly come down. So you're clear? Faster. 1 minute, like this. Second, hold it. Third, hold it. 4, up, like this. So these are the 4 stages. What happens? Once you start strengthening the central part of the brain region, the skull, automatically it starts strengthening your neck region. For the middle part, it is like this. Keep it at the nose region, extend your thumb. So this is what your middle area of your skull. Right. So just ensure that you are able to adjust the screen for me so that I'm able to see you all clear. Right. Even if you are not able to go down, you can do this practice over the table. You have a table, just keep it on the top of the head, over the table. That's fine. Okay, but all of you and most of you can come on the floor, so please enjoy coming on the floor. Okay, and now bring your hands in front and slowly start to keep your top of your head on the floor. Keep your hands on side. No, Kate, we are doing the first technique. The first technique is keeping the hands on side. 1, 2, 3. In Arunaji, you need to keep your hands in front. First technique, huh? So that the whole weight is equally balanced on the top of the head, both your palms, on your knee, and on your toes. Marakanji, you also can join. You are a good yoga practitioner, join. No observation is a needed. There is no work. Start experiencing it. Susanna, just give the weight on the palms. So when the weight goes up on the palm, the elbow is lifted up. Be there. Premi, the hand is in front. We are doing the first technique. Huh? Hand is in front. Ensure that the top of the head, thalaiyinudiya uchi pahudi. So when you are doing that, you will see your legs become straight. That is an indicator. And your breathing has to be normal. Take deep breathe in and breathe out. I think the device, Pubudin, you need to make your elbows to come up. Your elbows are up. You just keep your hands only, and you need to keep your top of your head on the floor. A little bit. Continue, continue, be there. Saumyaji, you need to take your head. Top of the head is not touching yet. Buddhika, little bit top of the head. Good. Slowly up. Kohilavani, we are just still doing the first technique. Huh? We are not doing what you are doing is the fourth technique. We are still doing the first technique. Every technique we'll be doing it 1 minute, 1 minute. Huh? Okay, now slowly up. All of you are doing it very well, but I'll still demonstrate once again. Just see. The first technique is hand is like this. And then you bring your chin touches the chest, and then you go like this. Don't bring it like this. If you bring it like this, the pressure doesn't come to the head. Okay? So like this, chin touches the chest, and then top of the head. And then you will see a pressure. So example, you take this palm, this is called as one charm. In yoga, when you keep it like that amount of area, whatever the tension which is there. So you will see that in the practice of yoga, whenever we are doing the most of the subtle yoga practices, we don't have much movements. We will be only using a certain amount of pressure. Due to the pressure, activation starts. Can you all do it once again for 30 seconds, again that technique properly? All of you did it well, but I want you to do it perfectly so that when you follow it on later, you will be able to do that very well. Shall we start again the same technique? Keep your hands on side, give the complete pressure. So this is called as the Ardha Shashankasana. As all of you are doing it very well. Now slowly take your hands and take it behind and see whether you are able to hold your heels. Completely, whether you are able to hold the heels. So Asanga, you need to walk forward some more, your toes. So when you bring your toes in, பாதங்களை உள்நோக்கி எடுக்கிற பொழுது, then it becomes very easy. Keep holding. So you have to tuck the toes, huh? Amal, you need to tuck the toes. And once you have a very good grip, after that there should not be any movement. Take a deep breathe in and breathe out. Take deep breath. And now slowly come to the seated position. So when you are doing this practice, come in a normal sitting position. So when you do this practice, what happens is that the brain, as all of you know, all the chemicals, what is required for the body is well stored in your system in the brain region. The latest research, yoga has told that very 5,000 years back. So for those senior yoga practitioners, for example, you will see that when you do the Brahmari breathing technique, you will see that thyroxine starts producing in the system. If it is a lacking, then it starts producing. But now what science also says is, yes, when you start activating the brain region, adrenaline, pancreatic, whatever the chemicals, now science says, yes, it is also there excessively in the brain region, stimulate the brain region, and then automatically you will be able to produce it. And that is basically what you are doing now. Basically, you are activating all the hidden, unused essence, what is required in the body through this practice. Now, you'll be going to do the next one. Interlock your hands, come into the position, and lift yourself up. Okay? Right. Do it slowly. Ensure that you should not have any knee pain. If you're having a knee pain, please use a very good cushion. So tuck the toes well, interlock it very nicely, and then slowly raise it up, slowly. Deshika, do it gently. Talainudiya Uchip Pagudi, the top of the head should come. Suran Reddy, you need to come up. Yes. So you should not sit, Suran. You need to, like how you did before, your legs has to be straight. That's right. You're doing it well. There is a person on the name of Laptop Outlet. You need to raise your hands up some more. Sarat, you need to lift yourself up. Bhavani ji, you're doing good. Svasudha ji, some more up. Sharshan, you can make your legs straight so the hand becomes straight perfectly. Just observe the breathing. Priscilla, you can do it a little bit. Dulani, you can easily lift it up. Arundhati, lift it up. So when you're doing that, sir, you will see whenever there is a tightness, sometimes you may get a compression in the rib region. So that releases the air. It is actually a air block. Don't force yourself. Just relax yourself. If you're finding it difficult in breathing, Arunaji, you can lift it up. Rukshan, you're doing it well. Just ensure the toes, increase the breathing. Take deep breath. Feel the complete pressure. Kate, you need to raise your hands up some more. Right. Now bring your hands back on the floor. Press it. Slowly come up. Keep your eyes closed. Observe the changes. Go step by step, step by step. Go into the practice gently. Come out of the practice gently. Slowly come to the seated position. Keep your eyes closed. We are going to redo it again, but I just want to ensure that you all are doing it perfectly. So we'll demonstrate that once again to you so that you'll be able to do it perfectly more. So the toes are tucked. So the distance is basically, you can see, you can have, depending on your shoulders, the distance. So you can have this one charm distance, or you can even have this distance. So it depends whether you want to have this knuckle level of distance or whether you want to have this distance. So if you're going to have this distance, then you need to adjust your feet also according to that. And then you keep your hands and then the top of the head. So when the top of the head touches, the chin will touch your chest. And then bring your hands with the relax. And then so what basically happens? Why is that this is used for the corporate thing is pituitary. These are all stress managing hormones. So you will see the thyroid, pituitary. When at the same time, when both these gets activated, automatically adrenaline starts to work perfectly. Understand? Only by coming into that position, being there for 1 minute, then you come up, relax yourself, again 1 minute, come up, relax yourself, go back. 3 rounds of each 1 minute. Once you do, you will see. And this is one of the best practices for stress management. Why do you feel stress? Because you know, for stress leads to nervous outbreaks. Nervous outbreaks, most of you know. Understand that nervous outbreak can manifest as stress, nervous outbreak can manifest as anger, nervous outbreak can manifest as frustration. All these things are brothers and sisters